Oh, my eye, stop it. We're not twitching. We are, but we shouldn't be. I mean, getting a large coffee at 5 p.m. is normally fine, but when you have this much left over and it's 8:45, I feel like that's probably a questionable decision that I've made. But you don't let coffee go to waste, so. Hi friends. Welcome back to my channel. So, I was nervous I wasn't gonna be able to film a video this week, even though I said in my Makeup Monday that I would, because I have a lot I gotta do this week after work / working late often, and some big things happening for me this weekend. Like big things. So, because of that, I was nervous that I wouldn't be able to film a video, but it's Tuesday, 8:44 p.m. We're ready, and we're gonna do a fun one for me today. I still really want to do my Sephora like shop with me and try on products with me video, but I have not had a chance to get to Sephora, and I also won't be able to next weekend, so that video will be probably in the month of March, but just not right now. So if you do want to see that, just keep your eye out. I'll let you know on Instagram at CaitlinJulian_makeup when I'm able to get to that, but it's not right now. What we are going to do today though is we are going to do viral TikTok beauty hacks. I'm going to test them. We're going to see how they work on dry, eczema prone skin. I am probably going to destroy my own face for you, so you're welcome. You should be thankful for me right now. Anywho's, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna go nuts. We're gonna have some fun. But first I need to prime my face and get it like prepped and ready to rumble. So I'm gonna do my Too Faced Hangover RX Primer, my e.l.f. Poreless Putty, and then my Auric Glow Lust Radiant Luminizer Morganite on the high points of my face. And then we will get started on our first hack. So we'll see you in a jiff. Welcome back to my face. We're primed. We have our Glow Lust on. We are ready to rumble. And we're going to start with a crazy hack. So, there's been this viral TikTok sensation of putting a red lipstick. Some people are doing like lipsticks. Some people are doing liquid lipsticks, but all over their face, their forehead, their cheeks, their nose, blending it in, and then going in with their foundation. Well, there'll be another hack before our foundation, but that's what we're gonna do. So I am a hair nervous. I have a whole separate beauty blender, which is stained, and for some reason I can't get it out, but it's fine. This is an ultra matte lip from ColourPop. It's the I Love Cerae x ColourPop collaboration, and it's in the shade Arriba. So we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. I'm shaking it up because I haven't used this color in like a wicked long time. I don't know if like a matte lipstick is also like the best thing to do, but we are going to dot some on our face. I'm gonna do it in sections because it is a matte and it could dry fast, and that is nerve-wracking. So what they do is they get it on there, they blend it out, and it is already looking a little nutso. I typically like to have my blush application be up on my cheekbones more than centered on my face, but this girl goes all the way across. All the way across. I look sunburnt. I do. I look very sunburnt. Okay, I'm also gonna add a little bit more over here, and I gotta do up on my forehead. It's like realistically, I probably have enough to do all of that and not have to put more on, but just trying to follow the hacks. I could have gone with like one dot, but everybody else goes nuts. I just wanted to go nuts. Now that that is destroyed and I look like a nut job, we're going to do our cream bronzer and our concealer and then put our foundation on top, which with a normal cream blush, when I don't look like this, I actually really enjoy that technique because putting everything on under, you're allowed to be a little bit more heavy-handed, but also it makes it look like it's a part of your skin, so that is nice. I'm going to, this is a very aggressive shade for me. It's my Alma Beauty Double Take Contour Stick. Sculpt and Strobe Stick, so I am just going to be very careful because this is a lot for my skin. So before I go absolutely nutso with it, what? There we go. I just need to be very cautious of how much I use. I guess I'm gonna use this side of my beauty blender because like, that's normally what I would use and it's a little ruined, so. Just gonna blend in our contour and then I have to blend in concealer and like no one's sure what I'm gonna use for that. All right, so this bronzer is actually picking up some of my liquid lipstick on my forehead right now. Okay. We're looking nutso, but the next hack is something that I see all over the place and it's about concealer placement. And I've been doing this a little bit when I do like a full face of makeup. However, day to day, I don't do a full face ever. I do my simple Katie Jane Hughes trick where I put concealer on the back of my hand, I use a fluffy blending brush and I go over the places I need it. But in this hack, you're supposed to put concealer up here and down the sides of your nose and then up here. And that is your location. This concealer dries fast. So I'm gonna take the pointed side of my Eco Tool sponge here. I'm going to start blending this out. So this is supposed to give you a lifted face. It's supposed to give you like a natural contour. So that's what we're doing. What is hard is that I'm picking up all the red and like dragging it all over my face. So that is a little difficult with combining these hacks, but that's okay. We're just having fun. So then I have to highlight, so I go here, down the bridge of my nose. Just gonna do a little bit up here. I don't like to put a lot of product on my forehead. My forehead is a danger zone for creasing. It's very bad. Also under my eyes is a danger zone for creasing. So we try to avoid putting a large amount of product on either of those places because the more product you put, the more it's going to crease, obviously. Now I'm gonna apply my foundation and see how this goes. Today I'm gonna mix the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow with the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. This one is a little bit more full coverage than my Pro Glow, and given the level of red on our face, I need that. So like I always do, the extra, I'm gonna take the bum of my beauty blender. I'm gonna dip into the extra down here and start blending in our foundation. So one thing I'm noticing right away is that I am pink. My whole face is pink. So I'm gonna add a hair more, although my mind is telling me that this is a bad idea, a hair more of concealer underneath my eyes. Because I need this section to not be so pink, I need it to brighten up a little bit. So I'm just gonna do that and hope that I don't get as much pink now that I have my foundation on top. I'm actually just gonna push everything out with my fingers real quick. I feel like this is looking much better on camera than I am finding it to look in person right now. And that is the beauty of some of these hacks, is that they're made to look good on camera because that's how they're recording them. And a lot of makeup and beauty influencers that you're seeing are doing makeup specifically because it looks good on camera. Like there will be some influencers that'll tell you a foundation is good only because they like how it looks on camera and when they're filming. However, that is not how 95% of the people in the world are using makeup, is to film. So when it comes to everyday life, I currently am not crazy about this. I'm also struggling to blend around my hairline. So I'm gonna quickly go off. I'm gonna set my face as I normally would with a full face, and then I'm also going to apply powder bronzer, because that's what the people in the hacks are doing, is they're applying powder bronzer on top of all this. So I'm gonna do that real quick and see what we think. Hello, so I have everything on, and I will say it's not the worst hack. I have already set my face with my setting spray because this is more powder than I've used in a long time, and I wanted to kind of mesh it back into my skin a little bit, but this is not the worst hack. Now that I have everything else on top of my skin, I have my foundation on, I bronzed up the normal portions of my face that I would typically bronze. It's not that bad. However, given the tone of it, because it's the trend is to use like a red lipstick, given the tone of the fact that it is a red color and not like a coral or a mauve or a pinky color, the red is throwing me off because it just looks like I have redness under my foundation that I didn't cover. Do I think that if this was like a bright pink, that maybe it would come across differently? Maybe. But because it's red, it just looks like, especially on my cheeks, it just looks like redness that my foundation was unable to cover. And somebody who has a lot of redness, especially given my eczema and my dry skin, my skin is normally very irritated, and even like touching it or rubbing something in too hard will make my skin red. So to take red lipstick and purposefully make my cheeks red and then try to cover it, sorry, let me rephrase, purposefully making my cheeks more red and then trying to cover it with foundation for like a blusher look, it's not my tone. So do I think that this hack works? Yes. One other thing about this hack that kind of drives me crazy is when people are trying this, they're like, I don't know why you would ever do this. Whoever came up with this idea is crazy. But let's just for 1 minute, just because it's called a lipstick doesn't mean that it's only meant for the lips. This is a cream product. This lipstick right here is just a cream. And you can use them on your eyes, you can use them on your cheeks, you can use them on your lips. I have used this exact lipstick shade as a cheek color. I've used it as a blush. I've used it with a stipple brush. This is the e.l.f. stipple brush. And I have put this cheek color, I've taken it directly from the stipple or from the tube onto the stipple brush and put all over my face because it's cream. It can go wherever you want. And just because it's called a lipstick doesn't mean you have to put it on your lips. So the fact that this is like a shocking thing for people is kind of bizarre to me. Liquid lipsticks are a little different because they are a dry down, long lasting lip product. So using that, which is why I chose to use a lipstick, using that as your way to put blush on first is a little different because typically you aren't using a dry down liquid lip all over your face. But you know what? That also isn't super new. There was a few years ago this big challenge going around where you only use liquid lipsticks on your face. And also a lot of people use liquid lipsticks as eyeliner as long as they are eye safe. And that is the big factor there, is if it is considered eye safe or safe for the immediate eye area, you can do those kinds of things. It's not as common, but I've seen people do it. So all of the people on TikTok and the internet who are like, oh, I can't believe someone came up with this, what a stupid idea. It's like, these products are made for your face and therefore they can go anywhere on your face. And using a lipstick as a blush and lip color is the easiest way to make a cohesive, beautiful makeup look in 2 seconds. It takes 2 seconds to make the most cohesive makeup look ever. So if you have lipsticks in your collection and you want to use them on your face, do it. Now moving on to the next hack is a nose contour hack, which I am not a great nose contour person. I just like bronze the sides and call it a day, but we're gonna try it. So this person does some crazy technique, and unfortunately I saw the clip of the TikTok in someone else's YouTube video, and so I don't even know who did it. and I'm really sorry for that. So if you know who did this technique of the nose contour, feel free to send them my way. Comment their name down below and I will add them to my description box, but I just don't know the answer. So she makes like a really crazy shape, and I'm actually using the KVD contour palette today, Shade and Light contour palette, the powder, because I want to use a real contour shade because I don't think this is gonna look super good with a bronzer because it's very warm. So she first takes, let's see if I can zoom you in. I'm going to zoom you in so you can actually see what I'm doing. So she first takes her contour shade and she kind of does like a straight line here. And then a straight line here. And I have a pimple right there, so if we can shade that, that'd be great. Then she takes it and does a straight line from here to the tip of her nose. And then she actually connects it in a triangle right here. Now, this is already more work than I want to put in on like a daily basis, but if this is like what you're going for, then cool. Good for you. It's just, this is a lot. This is already more time consuming than I am normally willing to put in, especially before work or any of that. So, okay, so that is my lines to start here. Then she creates a line like on top of the little point of her nose, which is like here for me. Maybe a little high, and then under her nose. I kind of want to put it right here. I think that is a bit bulbous for my nose, but whatever. May have done too far back on the tip of my nose here. And then they connect it from the tip of here to her nostrils, which hers goes back, which leads me to believe that I did this too far up. My nostril, and here's my nostril, and she shades like straight in like this on her nostril. My nose does not go straight though. My nose is like a cutie pie little upright situation. This is so aggressive. I cannot imagine ever doing this again. Also, as a dry skin girl, I'm already seeing like the skin coming up on my nose. Now I'm just gonna take a random fluffy brush that I have, and I'm just gonna start blending. I have a feeling this may take a while. What do we think? Does my nose look different? Do I look like a new human? I don't know, I feel like I don't really look that different. So, I don't nose contour all the time, so it's not like I have a preferred method of nose contouring, but do I think that nose contouring, wow, my under eyes are so dry, they're like bagging up because they're not used to having powder on them. I haven't set my under eyes with powder in a month, whatever. So, the thing about nose contouring is that I don't typically do it. So to try something, I don't really feel like there's I look thinner, right? Like here, the like highlight is more prominent than typical because normally when I go in with like a bigger brush and I just pinch it, it's definitely not as detailed as this brush mixed with this brush for blending. So I'm much messier, not as structured, but I'm also not trying to change my nose shape or give you the illusion that I have a different nose shape. So for that reason, I don't find nose contour to really be a necessity for me because I enjoy my nose. I think it's very cute, it's very petite, it's like turned up and precious and adorable, and I just really like my nose. So when I am just like shading the sides, it's just to shade the sides and to give me a little bit more of precision and definition, because when you don't have any bronzer on your nose can kind of be like washed out into your rest of your face, and that's just not the look I like. I want my nose to be defined. I like it, so I'm gonna show it off, you know? So I do define the edges typically, a little bit of blending, I go under a little bit, I go on top a little bit, super fast, super easy. I just do it while I'm doing my bronzer. This is much more time consuming. I think I just spent 10 whole minutes just doing a nose contour, and to me, that seems silly. unless I am going for a full beat, I did a full glam moment, I'm going to a special event, I want to look perfect, in which case, do it. Go for the nose contour. Go nuts. I think that it did thin my nose out. I do like that it's shading under the brows and kind of bringing the brows in more to give the illusion that your nose isn't as wide at the bridge. I think with a finished eye look, it might blend in better because you can also blend your eyeshadow up in here and kind of make it look like it's part of the eye look and make your eyes look more cohesive that way into your nose contour. So once I finish my eye look, we might feel differently. I do feel like the blending, it is a little obvious, at least on camera, where this is ending. But like I said, once I blend in eyeshadow and everything, it probably will look more cohesive. But that's how I feel. Do I think it's a good technique to get you used to nose contouring? I think that that is great. To give you exact shapes and locations and everything, because nose contour is hard as well to know where to put the product. So that is a good introductory way into nose contouring. So if you would like to try that shape technique thing, great. I would fill in the triangle up here, not leave it empty. I feel like leaving it empty was too obvious with the geometric shape, so I wouldn't do that. I would just fill in the triangle. But that's how I feel about the contour hack. I'm gonna go off camera and do my eyes, and then we're gonna come back. Welcome back. I tried to do the fox eye thing that people do all over the internet, and I'm just not good at it. But I tried. So if you want to see this eye look, it will be on my TikTok. Probably is already up. And by probably I mean definitely already up by the time you're seeing this. So if you want to see this eye look, head on over to TikTok at CaitlinJulian_makeup. Now, I did a little bit of research, aka I searched lip hacks on TikTok. And I found a lip hack where somebody did an easy gradient lip using a light shade of lipstick and then putting a tissue over their lips and then like putting the dark shade on top of the tissue. Like, I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I'm gonna try it. So this is my light shade. It is the Maybelline Cream in 222 Flush Punch. I've never done a successful gradient lip, so like if this works, that's cool, but I don't know, I'm not super optimistic. Also, what is this? Okay. I'm gonna take the normal color, the lighter color. So we have our OG color on. Then take a tissue, and it's 2-ply. Do I peel it apart? They didn't specify. You know, I just feel like that would make the most sense, right? Like, why would you do a 2-ply tissue on top? So now I'm gonna take that and put it over my lips. And then you take the darker color, which I'm gonna use this mauve that I used earlier as an example. So 373 mauve for me. It's like their universal mauve shade or something. And then we just apply. This is so weird. Okay, I'm just gonna take this and I feel like that did nothing. So that one's a bust. But what I am gonna try to do is just, I'm pretty sure that's what I was trying to get you to do. So like get the darker shade in the center. So it's kind of like reverse ombre. Because typically with an ombre, you would put the darker shade on the outside and fade into the lighter shade, but like, I don't know, I had a feeling that one was gonna be really weird, and it was. Imagine if I didn't peel that apart and I had the 2-ply tissue still, like, no. So anyways, let's review our hacks. So, starting off with liquid lipstick as blush. I think this would be better if I chose a color that wasn't red, because like I said, if you're dry and you have a lot of irritation and redness on your skin, or if you have eczema where your eczema flakes and patches are really red, which is standard and typical, I don't think you want to use a red lipstick as your blush, because then you're just gonna look red. So as a dry girl and an eczema prone girl, I wouldn't do red, but I do think that using a lipstick or a liquid lipstick as a blush is a phenomenal use of your products and can really give you a lot of versatility and options in your makeup collection that otherwise you might not think you have. So using a lipstick, highly recommend. Would do that every day if I had to, because it is stunning and I love it. This shade, this 373 Mauve for Me by Maybelline, is a gorgeous blush shade. So I know I use it on my lips, but it's also a great blush. If you need it, if you're interested in trying it, I would try this color in particular. I love it. As for using the contour under our foundation as well as the lifting technique on the concealer, I prefer to use this Oma Beauty product just because it's too dark for me under my foundation, so that always works for me. As far as putting it on after you do the blush, you're gonna get, or the lipstick, you're gonna get that all over your makeup sponge, like all over it. And that is the other thing that's gonna be even worse with a lipstick, is that it doesn't dry down, whereas this is supposed to dry down, and I feel like it still was bad, so it would be even worse. So if you're trying to put like this all over your face, like in that technique, and then put on your cream bronzer and then put on your concealer, you're just gonna start meshing all those products into one. And like you saw, I put my cream bronzer on and I just looked red. Then I put my concealer on and it just looked pink. So it's like, it wasn't really my favorite. If you're gonna target your products and put them in specific areas of your face, great. You're gonna blend them out individually. Try to be careful not to blend them on top of each other too much, great. That concealer technique, instead of doing concealer everywhere, one, limits the amount of product you use, which I think is better, because the less product you use, the less you're gonna crease, or the less cakey you're gonna look. So I think that that is great. Also, I do like that it lifts your eyes a little bit by pulling them outwards and up. So if you're contouring, you're trying to kind of lift your face anyways, so that's just an added bonus. You're just giving yourself like an extra step of contour, an extra step of lifting action. Then when it came to the nose contour, I know I already went into detail about this. It's a lot of work for very little, in my opinion, change to your face. I don't think my nose looks any better than it normally does. I don't think it looks any worse than it normally does. I think it looks a little bit more structured, but I don't care about that. Also, if you are dry like me and you are doing a lot of blending with powders, powders are not great because they're gonna accentuate your dryness and your flakes. But also, you're taking a dense brush and you are moving those flakes around on your face. Like I said, I have flakes down here on my nose, and I was just pushing them around and lifting them up and doing whatever with them because I was using a dense, defined, small brush to blend. Every day, I would rather use like a pointed, fluffy eyeshadow brush on my nose. Just bloop, 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 done. It's great. I know I also showed you with this brush, which is also fine if you're going even less precise. A contour brush, which this is the Real Techniques contour brush, is great. This also works great with cream bronzer, so you can cream bronze and then just cream bronze or powder, but with a powder bronzer, I like to go with a fluffier brush. Anyways, we digress. The lips, they did nothing. We both saw that, so ignore that lip technique. It was a quick TikTok search. I haven't seen it like all over the place, so I don't know if other people follow it and think that it's awesome. It just did nothing for me, so I'm not interested. The other thing that I think is really important if you have dry skin and you're trying to do a lot of these crazy techniques or adding a lot of powder or just doing something that's a little atypical that could potentially cause some dryness to be showing through or texture to be showing through, using a setting spray is going to save you because it is going to really mesh your powders into your skin. It's gonna make your skin look more skin-like. It also makes your makeup last longer, which is helpful, but having something to set your face and to just bring back a little bit more moisture is always going to be beneficial when you're a dry person like me. Now, I have to pee, like really bad, so I'm gonna go. I hope you enjoyed this viral beauty hack testing with Caitlin. I also hope that you just enjoy me as a human being, because like that'd be cool. If you would like to follow me on Instagram, I do Makeup Mondays every Monday. I have recently been uploading them as IGTVs, so they're actually there forever, so you can watch them whenever you want, however you want, when you feel like it. So I think that's really fun. I also typically will do polls or questions or just asking your opinion on what you want to see on my channel. So it's really good to follow me over there because you get to see more of me and involve yourself in my channel a little bit more. So if you want to help me pick content and things like that, follow me on Instagram at CaitlinJolene_makeup. I also have TikTok, which I have been putting a lot more effort into, like really trying with TikTok. So if you enjoy TikTok, you like to see chill videos, because that's what I do on there. I do like really detailed, up close, chill music, relaxing music, acoustic music, instrumental music. It's fun for me. It's different and it's quick and it's easy. So if you want to see that, follow me on TikTok. It's also at CaitlinJolene_makeup. I also post videos on here every Friday at 5 p.m. If you enjoyed this one, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can be a member of this little community I have. And by little, I mean little community. Now I gotta go because I'm gonna pee my pants. Okay, thanks so much. Here's my face up close. Come on, focus, you can do it.